up, guys? It's Quinn.
It's Alex.
It's IconicComic, and we got our superhero news of the week. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's episode 6.
Oh, sorry.
All right, let's get right into this. So,
I got the giggles.
on the top of the list, we're talking about the Batman. So,
I got the giggles. Sorry. Read the story. Read the story. We're in it now. We can't stop now.
So, the Batman, Joe Manganiello, who's playing Slade Wilson or Deathstroke, he sat down with a former professional wrestling commentator, Mark Madden. Are you aware of who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a WWE person. And they were talking about the Batman movie in like an interview, and he was saying that it's a fresh take on the character, people will be in for a surprise, and it's got a really gritty tone. Now,
What does he know? Kidding.
I think I'm not surprised by the comments, but they're reassuring to me. Because we've heard a lot of stuff from Warner Brothers saying, like, we're going to try to change the tone, we're going to make it more fun. I don't know about you, but I didn't have a ton of problem with tone in the DC universe. No one talks about the Dark Knight, or the Dark Knight Rises, or Batman Begins. This guy, you know what's wrong with that movie? The tone. Like, too dark. No, Batman movies should be dark.
Yeah.
So, that's reassuring for me, because I'm fine if the Justice League has more quips, more jokes, because it's got people like the Flash in it. But I think the Batman solo film should be gritty.
And especially coming from Deathstroke, a very, I was going to say complex character, but he is.
He is.
He is.
Extremely complex.
But he's also dark. You know, he's not Wade Wilson. He's Slade. Slade Wilson. I mean, so.
He's not this one.
Yeah, he's more like this one. But,
I just noticed the eyes are almost exactly the same.
Huh. Here, sit up tall. Sit up tall. Kinda. Nah, well. Nah, whatever.
They're like reversed. Anyway.
Okay, but coming from the guy playing Deathstroke, I think it is reassuring because, you know, he is a dark character. He's also BA.
Oh, yeah.
He's the bomb.com.
Maybe not in the Arkham games so much. They kind of made him like a loser in those games.
It was like, he was kind of like Crossbones.
Well, in Arkham Knight, he fought in a tank.
Yeah.
Deathstroke doesn't fight in a tank. He's hand-to-hand.
I just noticed I was doing this, like, my palms are sweaty.
These weak arms are heavy. Anything else? Anything else? Okay,
nope,
well...
here.
Yeah.
Take this back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy about the comments. I'm really excited about him being Deathstroke because Joe Manganiello is, I mean, he's a good actor, but he just fits the look of Deathstroke. You put an eye patch on that dude, and he's got like the look from Magic Mike that he had, and put a beard on him, like that looks like Deathstroke.
I didn't watch that one. Sorry.
I mean, I didn't like it, but I liked some of the performances in it, like Matthew McConaughey.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Definitely.
But I think that's really important that a character, or an actor looks like the character, like Doctor Strange. Like, he looks like Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah. That's what Marvel's been doing right, is like their casting's on point, and I think so far, I would say DC's casting's pretty on point. It's just, you know, some casting, it's yet to be seen. Like, because I think the Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman they have right now is perfect casting. Perfect casting.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen enough of Flash or Cyborg or even the villains. The only casting I'm still kind of iffy on, and I like the movie, it's Will Smith as Deadshot. I'm still not completely bought in, but I like the movie.
Yeah.
I think they picked someone a little too big. Because I see Will Smith. I see Will Smith. I don't really see
I Am Legend. Like
that's the difference between seeing that guy and then looking at like Robert Downey Jr. and you're like, that's Iron Man. That's Tony Stark. Thing is, I say that, but Ben Affleck's pretty big. When I see him now, I think of Batman. Because he just brought so much to that role. So maybe Manganiello can bring a lot to that Deathstroke role. Alright, so now you can do it. moving on to story number dos. I don't know why I'm doing this. So, apparently, Tom Holland has signed on for, contractually, 6 Spider-Man appearances in Marvel movies. So, this is a quote directly from The Hollywood Reporter from Tom Holland saying, "They give you options, and those could be exercised whenever, like a cameo in Avengers. I'm unclear as to which movies, though. I do know I have 3 Spider-Man appearances in other movies and 3 solo movies contracted. But if you have another movie, Marvel is so good at working around it. They're very respectful of your life, really. They understand that you have to work on other movies, and they try to fix it up so you can work around each other."
Why can't we be in a movie? I want to be in a movie.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be horrible in movies.
You don't know that.
True, but yeah, I feel like we'd be bad in movies.
What I mean,
you start off with this one.
I mean, I'm excited because finally, I mean, like, we saw, excuse me, seeing Spider-Man on the big screen isn't new, but, I mean, really, like, seeing this Spider-Man on the big screen is going to be just, like, divine. I mean, because...
It's like Allah. It's like Buddha. It's like...
What? No.
It's like seeing the divine.
Okay, well, I take that back.
Akatosh.
You know what? I take that back, what I just said, but the fact that he has 6 movies is just... It's really exciting, because, like, we know we're going to see him. It's like, how many more does Chris Evans have left?
I don't know if he's... I don't think he's contractually slated through Infinity War and then probably Avengers 4, but I don't think he's renewed his contract after that.
Right, so it's like, okay, something's got to happen.
People have, like... Because Robert Downey Jr., his contract ran up and then they renewed his contract.
Right.
Now, it's good to point out that just because there's 6 movies on the contract does not mean that he's going to be in 6 movies. That just means they're preparing. That means that the studio wants him back for another movie, he is contractually obligated to do that. The studios are not contractually obligated to make those movies. It's like, I heard it today on a different website saying that, you know, Terrence Howard had a 4-movie deal.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he?
Oops.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean that
that makes sense.
He's got to be in 6 movies, but you're looking at it this way. It's like he's gonna be in 6 movies.
They like everyone likes him that much,
and he was only in like 15 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
And I think seeing this Spider-Man, like you said, seeing Spider-Man on screen is not new. It's not new, but seeing
to
this
the general consumer, it's like, oh, it's just another Spider-Man movie.
Seeing this Spider-Man on screen, I think will feel new.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, and I will feel that way too. But to the
I think it's going to be a tough challenge to overcome advertising this to the general audience.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, oh god, they rebooted it again. What is it, another origin story? Like, kind of like the...
But it's not an origin story, is it?
No. But it's going to be educating the audience to that fact. Now, Civil War is a good stepping stone to educating the audience because a ton of people went and saw Civil War, including the general audience, so they're going to be like, okay, well, I like that Spider-Man, I'm going to go see that one.
Right.
I bet you there were still people in the theater who went, is that Andrew Garfield? Like,
you know what,
Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
As much as I liked it, and I actually really liked it in the first movie with Tobey Maguire, the with great power comes great responsibility thing.
They don't need to use that line.
I was going to say, they don't need to use that. They don't need to do such a throwback. Like,
if they were to do anything to touch on his origin, because I think it would be a little weird just to skim over it entirely. Like, yeah, we all know that it happened and how it happened.
Maybe they do it like this. Hold on. I think that this might be... as if my opinion is going to matter.
That's okay. Cut me off.
Okay, well... No, I'm kidding. You go ahead.
My thing was, I think it would be a good idea to do a la The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, where it's the opening credits and it's like just flashes of what happened, like showing him get, like, just flashes of him getting bullied in high school, then Uncle Ben gets shot, bit by spider, swinging, and then the end of the credits, because they even kind of did that in the first Tobey Maguire movies, where like the beginning opening credits with the web, they showed stuff from the previous movie, and at the very last thing of the opening credits for Spider-Man: Homecoming is the airport scene. So like tying it with Civil War, like this was the
or like
connector.
he just gets home from that and he's just,
Oh God, I hope that. Well, he wouldn't be doing that. Like amazing there. Right?
or he just gets into
Gets
his
to the
room,
window.
like he gets to his room.
So he swung all the way from Germany and didn't change.
Look, dude, I don't. No, but what might be cool, like that would be cool. Or what if it was like, it opens up and it's his uncle's birthday, and like him and Aunt May, they have a dinner and they're just talking. You know, they're not talking about it, like, so like not like an info dump, like. I don't
So
even
do you
know.
remember last year when your uncle died?
Exactly.
And you got bit by a spider? Oh wait, I don't know that.
But no, have it to where they're, maybe not talking about it, but maybe you can just tell their mood is a little weird, but then the camera shows, like, pictures of, like,
Aunt May goes, Peter,
Uncle Ben and...
with great power, hold that thought. Like he has to do something.
It's like, with great power... Wait. Sorry, wait a second.
It's Zendaya. She's on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited. If I had to guess, I would say... Well, he already said that he's got 3 solo movies. So you got Spider-Man trilogy, and then... 3 Avengers movies? But does Civil War count from one of those 6? So was this something that was already discussed before Civil War, maybe?
So
If it does, so
it's still a trilogy in 2 Avengers movies.
Civil War, Spider-Man: Homecoming, 2 more Spider-Man films, and then Avengers: Infinity War, and then Untitled Avengers 4. And then he renews his contract, and now
dies.
Spider-Man dies. Don't say
He's not
that.
gonna do
The
that.
only way, you know what? I'd be okay with it.
No, you wouldn't.
No,
I'd be mad.
but well, they can't. If they've announced a trilogy, they can't fit the other 2 movies in the trilogy before Infinity War, so they have to be after Infinity War.
Either way.
The only way I'd be happy with but fine with Peter Parker dying in this universe is if it resulted in Miles Morales.
How far in the future is that?
It's present day. Like Peter Parker dies on the lawn of Miles Morales after fighting the Green Goblin.
Oh.
And like that inspires him, and then somehow he gets bit by a radioactive spider conveniently. But
Man.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Someone comment down below if you know the exact story of Miles Morales, but I know it's something like that. You know, I know.
Don't write us a book.
I know Spider-Man
yeah.
dies on his lawn after fighting Green Goblin, stuff like that. But I would be Miles Morales is a really cool character, and I played him in like a couple of the games and stuff.
Yeah.
So that'd be the only way I'm okay with that. Alrighty then. Let's talk about some Deadpool. I feel like we've been talking about Deadpool a lot the last couple of weeks. It's been interesting. Yeah, stop touching me. According to the Hollywood Reporter, they were talking about Fox and how the studio is still on an ongoing mission with not only Deadpool 2, but they're already in development of Deadpool 3. The 3rd installment will apparently feature X-Force, the team of superheroes led by Deadpool's Cable. So
They're not part of the X-Men, are they?
no, it's kind of like the Suicide Squad, the Uncanny Avengers, like
Yeah.
the Uncanny Mutants. So like it's like
So-
Domino, Cable, Deadpool, and a few others.
So with the X-Force, Marvel has the rights to them.
No,
No?
no, this is Fox.
Oh, I'm stupid.
No, so
Because we were in the Marvel mindset up there.
anyway,
Whatever.
I like that this is their plan, but I really think they should get all their ducks in a row when it comes to Deadpool 2 first.
That's what I was about to say.
Because if Deadpool 2 doesn't work, you Deadpool 3 ain't happening with Cable and all that other stuff.
I think Deadpool 1...
But I've said that before about X-Men Origins, and they kept going.
Yeah. But I feel like with Deadpool, like the first one, it was still a gamble. You know,
Oh yeah.
We were excited because the real Deadpool is finally on screen, and we were going into this I was like, yeah, I don't really care if it's bad, but I'm going to see it anyway.
Well, the gamble isn't only just, the fact that they put money into this R-rated superhero movie, which isn't a common thing,
Right.
especially for a studio like Fox or Marvel or DC, like an R-rated superhero movie. And I keep having arguments with these people, not these people, just like people. I don't care what you say, even if you think he was. Deadpool was not a mainstream general audience superhero.
No.
Not many people knew of him. The people who know him are like the hardcore comic book fans. He's pretty deep cut. He's starting, obviously now everybody loves Deadpool. But before this movie, a lot of people were still like, is that like Spider-Man? Like, is that like,
Yeah.
seriously. So that's another one of the gambles, and that's why they only gave him like a $45 million budget or something. Like, it was pretty low budget. Yeah, I think I would say within the next month, need to get a handle on a director for Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
And then a composer. Man. Like, I didn't know Junkie XL, who did the Batman vs. Superman stuff with Hans Zimmer, he did the score of the first Deadpool.
Right.
But the thing with the first Deadpool is, people don't remember the score, even though it was Junkie XL and he's a big deal. And he did like did he do Mad Max? I'm not sure if he did Mad Max.
Well, see,
but
scores...
the stuff for the first Deadpool, what you remember is Salt and Pepper.
I was
DMX.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Like
in with Suicide Squad, same thing. I remember Black Skinhead when Will Smith is... You don't remember the big scores. And I don't think Deadpool needs a big score. I don't think you need a big score to be a good soundtrack.
No, but there's some movies that use both really well, like Guardians. Guardians had the mixtape music, and it's always memorable, but they didn't make that the main stake of the movie, because if you play the theme from Guardians of the Galaxy, like the main score, I will pick it out in a heartbeat, because it's awesome. But then there are movies that are like, this is a superhero score, this is a score I could listen to in my car, and there's some superhero movies that are like, this is garbage. Like, they've put no thought into this. So, like, you look at all the Dark Knight movies with Hans Zimmer, or, look at, the Avengers, the first Avengers, that score, and then you look at something like, I would even say the original X-Men music.
See, it's been a while since I've seen it. Okay. Yeah.
Like, I love that. But then you look at stuff like, could you remember the score of X-Men Origins Wolverine? Do you remember the score from The Incredible Hulk? Or Hulk? No. But, like, I think scores can enhance films, but rarely do they take away from films.
Right.
Like, even if it's a score, if it's a good movie, I'm behind the project.
You associate that sound with that movie.
Yeah, because there's actually
it works.
There's scores that aren't that good, but I like them more because the movie was good. Like, I wouldn't say the first Iron Man score is amazing, but I can remember the music, like, and the sounds.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Right.
I don't think anybody can forget the original Spider-Man score though, from 1, 2, and 3. And like the congos and the bongos and
That was awesome.
the
But Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, it was Hans Zimmer.
That opening theme?
See, that, you know what got me excited about
God,
that is that it's
cool.
like Hans Zimmer did a Marvel movie. What if, this is just me, this isn't a scoop or nothing, this is just me going off saying, what if, for Avengers Infinity War, they got Hans Zimmer, like this is a collaboration, Hans Zimmer, Michael Giacchino, John Williams, and Alan Silvestri.
Can't have...
Who did?
I don't know, they have 4.
Well, Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL did Batman vs Superman. Just have them each do an act of the movie, and it just feels different. Like right, you know when the next act hits because it feels completely different. Like just that would be a cool way to tell a story with music. But I don't think Marvel's that invested in the music. Like I think they're getting more invested because they got Michael Giacchino, who just did Doctor Strange, and he created the music for the new Marvel intro. Mm-hmm. They got him like signed on to do the next couple, so they want more consistent scores that are good. Mm-hmm. And Michael Giacchino did the Star Trek movies, the recent ones, and he's scoring Rogue One. So
score.
Yeah, I think Marvel's starting to get on the right track when it comes to like scoring movies, because in the past they've been like some hit or miss.
Right.
I think they should get Alan Silvestri back for the Avengers Infinity War, though, who did the original Avengers score. You'd have him go full circle.
Pretty cool.
We got really off topic and started talking about music there, so let's move on. All right, last up on the list. We're going back to Spider-Man, but Kevin Feige did an interview with the Toronto Sun, and this is his quote directly from Kevin Feige saying, "We've had a wish list, and most of them in the near term are coming together. Cate Blanchett is playing Hela in Thor Ragnarok. Michael Keaton's Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming is something. And of course, finally, we're showcasing Josh Brolin's Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. We're looking forward to that very much." He was just talking about cast. But in that quote, he pretty much confirmed what we've all been speculating, that Michael Keaton is playing Vulture. Now, it was a hot rumor, but it wasn't confirmed.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to looking the part, and I think he looks like a Vulture.
Birdman. It's like, he was Birdman.
There you go. Case closed.
Well, they announced that Michael Keaton was going to be in the movie, like a year ago.
Yeah.
Then they said he wasn't. Like, okay, fine. Then they said he was back on. And then the rumor was, okay, the villain's Vulture. Well, that makes sense. I think that could fit. He could be Vulture.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, it's not confirmed that the villain's Vulture. So, I don't know. He could be playing a teacher. He could be playing Jonah Jameson. I could see that, too. I could see him playing
I could see that, too, yeah.
Jonah Jameson. But then, just based off his role from that Will Ferrell movie, Mark Wahlberg. The other guys?
Oh, the other guys. Yeah.
Just that role, that's like a J. Jonah Jameson role. But
you know who? Go ahead.
At Comic-Con, they dropped it that Vulture's going to be the villain. Like, they said it.
Yeah.
And they showed the little teaser. And then it was almost like, okay, they haven't confirmed it, but we feel like he's going to be Vulture. And now this confirms it from the mouth of God, from Kevin Feige.
I have two things. One, what are the wings going to be like? Is it going to be like that?
I can show you.
That one with in Amazing Spider-Man 2, when they're walking down the hallway, you see Doc Ock's arms.
This is just concept art, but I can show you.
Okay. So they're mechanical?
Yeah, they're mechanical.
Is he in a suit, a full suit?
Kind of.
See, I would honestly prefer. Well, I don't know.
You can't do real wings in this universe. I don't think you can. I don't think it would fit with the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Right. And the whole point is that he gets this outfit from the Tinkerer.
Yeah.
Who was fired from Stark Enterprises.
That's the thing. Like that's okay. That makes sense then.
So like it's almost reminiscent of kind of Starkish technology. Yeah. Like it's kind of glide. They could have totally made this look just like Falcons. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad they didn't. Like, this looks more like a bird. Like, he's swooping in to just catch his prey, and then you got, it's my favorite Spider-Man costume. Like, it's it looks so like a comic.
Right.
With the wheel spider. The wheel, and the spider in the back with the squared off legs instead of, like, the long lanky ones. The squared off, like, body and the short little stubby leg. That is straight comic.
You know what he needs now? The things on the head.
I heard that was the original plan. They were going to do that. I'd be okay with it, but I don't know. I always thought that it was like weird that one comic you'd see that, and then the next someone you
or like in different pages, you flip the page and it wouldn't be there.
I don't see what the purpose of that is to me.
Gliding?
Gliding?
No. But it's webbing, so it just goes right through.
See, I don't know if you ever played Spider-Man Web of Shadows. It was a video game, and it had Venom was the main bad guy, but the whole point was like the symbiote was just kind of going villain to villain. Like so,
Oh yeah.
you had to fight. It was kind of annoying, but you had to fight like a villain, and then you immediately afterwards you'd have to fight the symbiote version of that villain. And the worst was you had to fight symbiote Wolverine. That was freaking hard, and it was scary. But they had Vulture in there, and Vulture. Here, I'll bring up a picture of Vulture from Web of Shadows. I really liked his wing design. Where he used them as weapons, and so like he was actually didn't use the wings to fly. He had like almost like a jetpack behind the wings, so he would use these, and you can almost see like the force field kind of like waving. He used them and threw them, kind of the blades, and then brought them back.
That's pretty cool.
I really liked that version of the Vulture, and I thought that's what and this was the symbiote version of him.
That's just not fair.
So he has those, and then that.
That's just not fair.
Like, I could see Michael Keaton right there. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'll show all these pictures so you guys know what the hell we're talking about. Like, we're just like, oh, this is cool. Like,
it's like, oh my god, do you guys see this?
Oh my god. Alright.
It's like right here. Boom, you see this?
Alright, so that does it for the stories, and now we're going to move on to our throwback movies of the week, comic book movies of the week. So we're on to 2010. It was a solid year. Solid year for comic book movies. So we're going to talk about two today. We're going to talk about Iron Man 2 and Batman Under the Red Hood. So let's start with Iron Man 2.
Okay, so with this movie, the concept of the villain was cool. I really liked the whips. Thought it was a cool... When he's cutting cars in half, I thought that was pretty sweet. Just the way that he was introduced, I thought it was really, really cool. But the character was dog crap, I think. It didn't quite do it for me. But, man, it's kind of like the Mandarin. Like, such a cool idea, for a villain.
See, I think it's more of a misdirection. I don't think that Whiplash is the villain of that movie. I think Justin Hammer is.
Okay, well...
And he's almost like a puppet of Justin Hammer. Up until about the end. And then it kind of turns the table.
Like Dormammu and,
Spoiler alert.
What's his face?
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Because Dormammu's not in the trailers or anything.
You're right.
Spoiler alert.
Oops.
Anyway,
Whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, this is one of those movies... I kind of like this movie a little more every time I watch it. I really do. And it's definitely in the lower tier of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. I don't sit there and go, God, this movie's awful when I watch Iron Man 2. Because the performances are great in it.
You know what I also did like? Go ahead. Yeah, I can
Black Widow?
Well, yeah, I mean, she doesn't stand out in my mind as a, like, one of the best parts, but...
It felt, the movie felt a little, that's the one drawback that I have for it, is it felt like a big Avengers shoehorn movie. Like, just every 5 minutes is we gotta talk about the Avengers, or put something in that will lead to the Avengers, like Nick Fury, Black Widow, S.H.I.E.L.D., talking about the whole movie. It's like, this is a test to see if you're ready for the Avengers.
Yeah.
It felt a little shoehorny, a couple things, which is kind of like the problems I have with Age of Ultron, where it's like, every 5 minutes it felt like, obligatory set up for Civil War, set up for Thor Ragnarok, set up for Infinity War, set up for Spider-Man, set up for Black Panther. Like, they set up a lot of stuff in that movie instead of just focusing on the story, which is what makes other Marvel movies great.
What makes that one kind of...
It draws it back a little bit. And that's the one problem I have with Iron Man 2, really, is that it's just a lot of setup for an Avengers movie that we were still like, are we going to get this movie? Is this real? Like,
right. But I also did like the drones.
Drones were cool.
Like, when he was... when Hammer was introducing them, I thought that was sweet. And then when they all started to jump into action...
That was scary.
Yeah.
Like, if I was in that audience, I'd be, like, pooping myself.
Well, especially when they started walking and shooting up places, yeah. Well, you know, just gonna be like, oh, this is a great show, 3D and everything. Is that shrapnel? Like, is that like... Oh, I just got shot. That's cool. 4D effects.
Oh my god.
You know what else? What you're gonna say?
Yeah. The other thing that I like about this movie is that it ties into this thing called, I think it's Fury's Big Week, which is that the events of the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and Thor are supposed to happen within like a week of each other.
That's a long.
That's a big week.
It's a long week.
I think it's a week. It might be like 2 weeks or something, but they all happen like the same.
Because in Hulk, okay.
Well, because in Hulk, at the end of Hulk, Iron Man shows up at the bar to meet. And what's funny is he was saying like, I heard you got a bit of a problem. What if I told you we were putting a team together? He was actually going there to put Abomination on the team. To use Abomination. Like, we've heard you had a little bit of a problem. But, you know, that happened, and then at the end of Iron Man 2, you got the hammer, and then, which means that hammer being there means Thor's already on Earth. Because Thor and the hammer got there at the same time.
Right.
So that after credit scene is like in the middle of the Thor movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that all is happening like at the same time.
That's crazy though.
It's cool to think about, like when Coulson's like, "I'll see you later. I'm going to New Mexico on an assignment or whatever." Remember that?
Yeah.
Or when he in Iron Man 2, when he used the Captain America shield to prop up the I don't know, the element thing. It's like, wow,
like, oh, perfect.
Already setting up Civil War this early. It's pooping on Captain America's shield.
Well, it's the support.
It is. It is the support.
Whatever, we're not talking about that right now.
He is the support. I meant, actually, he's in charge. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler. Alright, we're going to go on now to the DC side of the week, and that is Batman Under the Red Hood. I love this movie.
It was awesome. I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about it. Scrolling through it on Netflix, I was like, whatever, Red Hood.
Because, they got a good track record of animated movies.
Right, but I was like, okay, I watched it. Oh my god.
The best scene in that movie is the scene in the abandoned house with Joker, Batman, and Jason Todd saying, oh my god, when you don't even know Joker's in the room, it's just those two, and he's like,
yeah,
I can accept the fact that you gave up looking for me. I can accept all this. What I can't accept is why the hell he's still alive. Like, that just gave me chills just saying it, like. And then, like, Joker just being Joker's like, and he starts laughing like, look at this is hilarious. Like, you guys two are fighting.
Yeah. It just...
Did Joker die? I can't remember what happened in the end. It's been a while.
It's been a while since I've seen it too.
I can't remember, because I remember there was like this, like, it was an ultimatum, like, you have to either kill me or I'm gonna kill him, the Joker. So Batman, he like gave Batman a gun and said, you have to kill me or I will shoot him.
Like,
but then he
okay,
then wasn't there a bomb?
Just...
There was like a bomb involved too. Like he set up like a safe, like a safeguard. Like that,
right.
If he got rid of the thing, there's a bomb too. I can't fucking remember though how it ended. Let us know. We'll have to watch it again. But yeah,
Neil Patrick Harris played Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Bruce Greenwood played Batman, which is pretty hilarious. The guy from Star Trek. And iRobot. Yeah, so there's some odd casting in here. Jason Isaacs played Ra's al Ghul. I remember Ra's al Ghul was in that movie because he's the reason that the League of Assassins is the reason that he came back to life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who played Malfoy.
He played. That's not Malfoy.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
Malfoy's dad.
Dad. Malfoy. Say it.
It's a Malfoy.
It's the family.
Yeah. So,
Lucius.
Gary Cole.
Played.
What is he from? Ricky Bobby. He was Ricky Bobby's dad. He played Commissioner Gordon.
You ain't first to last. Well, you can be second, you can be third, you can be fourth.
Hell, you can be fifth.
Yeah, you can be fifth.
Great. That'll be our first movie commentary, Ricky Bobby.
Oh my god.
But Under the Red Hood, I think it just goes to show how I think far ahead they are at the animated game.
Like, if they came out with an animated movie in the theaters, I'd go watch that. Like,
they did,
not just The Killing Joke.
I was gonna say, but they did, and we went and saw it.
That's a little different.
Like a
though.
full, length 2-hour animated film.
Yeah, like Under the
It's
Red
a
Hood.
long freaking animated film.
going
This
to
one was
watch-
an hour and 15.
Right. I'm saying like going to the theater to watch a DC Batman animated movie.
Yeah,
I think that would be really
I
cool.
would, but I think Killing Joke was a bit of a disappointment in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then he had
Jeez.
sex with Batgirl. What the heck is that? What are you doing? We went to a screening of it at our local theater, and 30 minutes in, we could tell that there was this guy in the theater who was just not happy with it.
You saw him like
do stuff like this.
So we're like in the middle, you know. We're
he's, what,
like
three rows ahead of
usually
us?
no. We usually try to sit in the middle, but then there was this guy. He was in the section, you know.
The first section.
Below, yeah, the
below
first section all the way up on the right, and you saw him going like, you know, but then
as soon as Batgirl took her shirt off,
at not even a second later, all you hear is "F this, I'm out." Gets up and walks out of the theater.
I mean, I paid money, so I'm not going to do that. And
Yeah.
at the moment, I was like laughing, kind of like, "What the hell is this?"
And then
I accepted it pretty quickly, but
right when he left, then the movie started. Like then the actual Killing Joke started.
I don't think there was a need. I don't want to get off topic, but I don't think there was a need to put a Batgirl prologue in that movie. I think if you just put source material
or they sexualized the crap
out of Batgirl,
Barbara / Batgirl,
like when she's jogging, it's just like
it felt kind of weird.
It was like, why is this a cartoon?
Like, I don't know if you've ever watched porn with somebody. It's weird. I don't know anything about it.
I wouldn't compare it to that.
I'm just kidding.
No, I haven't. Like,
but just sitting there, like, we're like with people. This is weird.
Really? As compared to go seeing an R-rated movie where there's an actual sex scene?
I don't know.
Like Wolf of Wall Street? That wasn't weird? It probably was weird.
I guess it...
Like the sniffing coke out of a hooker's ass. That was probably weird. We got really off topic on that one.
Wow, okay.
Like, we went from Batman
to
coke and hookers' asses.
Back to Batman.
Anyway, these two movies, Iron Man 2, Under the Red Hood, 2010 was a solid year. You got other movies like Kick-Ass and stuff in there. So I'm really, I really like these movies. Batman, I'm going to give a slight edge to this week. It's not slight edge, I'm going to give it a big edge to that one. Same. Yeah, next week we're going to be doing 2011, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It's 2011. Well, you got Thor and Captain America right there. Hell, it's to the, go looking for that, boys. All right. So that does it for Superhero News of the Week, Episode 6. Let us know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like,
comment,
share,
subscribe,
so you guys don't miss a single thing from this channel. 2 quick announcements. 1, we're approaching our 100th video coming up, and we want to do a Q&A with you guys.
Guess what?
So any questions that you want to ask us, it could be about us, it could be about movies, comics, video games, anything you want to ask us, we'll answer it. Drop it in this video's comments and any other video's comments. If it's in a different video, just say, hey, this is for the Q&A, blah, blah, blah.
Or send us an email.
Twitter.
That'd be the best way.
Email, Twitter, or Facebook. Anything like that. And we'll collect them all, and on the 100th video, we'll do a Q&A.
We'll pick our favorites.
And also, up in this corner, you'll see a little logo, and that means we just started a Patreon account recently. It's an easier way for you guys to help support this channel, to help us get some better quality equipment so we can give some better quality content. And if you go there and you help us out, there's rewards that you can get from us. So make sure you go check that out. I think that's everything.
Key music.
Holy Grail.